Hello. Voice is a little shot here. Got home pretty late tonight due to the train replacements down at Reservoir Station. Bit of work going on, but nevertheless, massive win today. Sort of got to a point where we're almost a little disappointed in the fact that we didn't win by 10 goals or whatever it was. Such is the luxury that we now have, that our boys not only are winning games, but they're also, we want them to win by more because we're in that position. So just a great day, honestly. Woke up this morning feeling confident we're going to win, had the expectations of us winning today, and the fact that they actually came through and they performed. It was just great, and that's what we needed. Like I said all week, the message for me this week was about consolidating last week. Tick. David Teague, another tick. It's a really well spread effort. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Hello, guys. Wildy, John Stanford. Hello, mate. Just want to share some of the emotion here. I'm going to put on Dan in a moment as well now. You'll see him shortly. Dan?
Hey, guys. How are we doing?
What's going on, mate?
Oh, not bad, eh? Just a cruisy win.
Woke up,
Never in
expectation.
doubt.
Expectation was there. The boys came through. It was a fantastic day. Good day at the footy. Really enjoyed it, mate. Where do we start? I'm sipping on the wines, mate. I'm on the Pinot Noir tonight. I'm chilling. Really, really enjoyed today, mate. How about you?
Oh, I mean, it was never in doubt. We tried our best to Carlton ourselves in the third quarter, but
yeah.
It was a mature performance. I think I did say it at the start of the week about this is going to be a game that really says if Teague's going to get the job. And it's one thing motivating a team when you're the favourites. I mean, when you're not the favourites, when you're expected to be rolled.
Yep.
But there was a lot of pressure and expectation on this game. Like going through the Carlton groups, I've seen 100-point wins, 90-point wins. Sometimes you've just got to beat what's in front of you. And to be fair, I actually think that they were fantastic, Gold Coast, in the third quarter.
Yep. No, look, full credit to him. I always felt, Stuart Jew's a very proud man and he's a very tough player. No doubt about that. A guy that commands a lot of respect. And there's no doubt he was always going to come out and really light fire under them. And I mean, also obviously the Gold Coast Suns as well. They're men, they're players, they've got pride. So I felt like they were always going to come out. What I really enjoyed about today was knowing they were going to come out hard. We were able to just keep control of the game. And yes, I know that we kind of were up by 43 or whatever it was, and they got back in the game. But I mean, to be fair, I never, ever, ever really got nervous that we were going to lose the game. And so it's a credit to us. And again, I will give credit to the Suns where it's due. They were fantastic. Good on them for getting back in the game. I got real arrogant at one point when we were up by 40, and I turned around to Stephen, who I was with at the game, and I said, "Mate, they're going to fold like a pack of like a sack of shit. They're just going to fold here." And I really thought we'd just run away with it. But good on them. Well done to the Gold Coast Suns. And look, 24-point win. No worries, we'll take it. Yes, I know we'd love it to be more, but I'd love to win every week. It's just not going to happen. So the main thing is you get the 4 points, you move on, and we've got a granny next week against the Crows, mate.
Oh, I mean, let's be honest. 8 weeks ago, we would have taken 24-point wins.
Yep.
One week. I mean, if someone had come up to any Carlton fan in the country and said, next week you'll win by 24, not one of us would have gone, oh. So 100%. It shows how far we've come.
100%. G'day, everyone who's joining in. Dane Rawlings. Dane, absolute legend a big friend of the channel. Great friend of the channel. I must say, I'm a part of many group chats and whatnot. Tell you what, there's nothing like a group chat with you and Dane in there when things get going, mate. It's fantastic.
We're very emotional people.
No, I love it. Jeffrey O'Day, hello, mate. Great to have you on. Great win today.
Big Jeff.
Jonathan Rutherford, good win. Do what we needed to do. Does Dan still stick with his big DeLuca pump up? Absolutely, mate. Did you see that tackle on the wing?
Yeah, while I was out, I got this tattoo as well. No, I'm only joking. I didn't get a tattoo. But no, DeLuca was phenomenal. Like, 60% of game time as well. So for some reason, I don't know if he was managed.
Yeah, I saw that. I wanted to ask you about that. Sorry to cut you off.
I am hearing from the direct source that it was because the ball was in the forward 50 and no one was willing to come off. So that was why he was off for 16 minutes. But 8 touches, I thought he showed a lot. I think the big thing is, and if you rewatch that game, I was focused purely on DeLuca because my entire reputation is focused on his game today. But you look at where he positioned himself, his intensity, his second efforts. I thought it was a really good performance. It was better than Gibbons in round 1.
Yep, fair enough.
How good Gibbons is now.
I also felt today it was just a real feeling out sort of game for him. Eventually, once we start getting some trust into him, he's going to have spurts of the midfield. But just on what I saw from raw footage, he had a few moments where he didn't quite read the ball as well as he probably would have liked to. That's going to come. The ability to read the ball in the air. He ran under a ball and just completely missed the mark at one point. But one thing he brought from the get-go, mate, he's got this look in his eye, the way he attacks the footy, mate. He's a ripper. He throws that weight around.
The way there was about 6 times as well that he totally blocked. He totally shepherded for Gibbons. Like, the guy he's an actual footballer. So I do think once Carlton gain his trust, they understand his lines, because some of them patterns as well, he was running inside 50. We've never had a player who does stuff like that. Like, he actually zigzagged in the first quarter for Jack Silvani's mark. He did like this mazy little run. So little things. I think it's positives to me. Yep,
for sure. I'm going to put up a link as well. If anybody would like to join the call, please jump in. I think Kano's pretty keen. I want to say good day to a few people here. Josh Wolfenden, how bloody good was Jonesy? I don't know how many marks we took, but geez, the back 6 just patrolled it back there. Tell you what.
Oh, I mean, Liam Jones, 5 contested marks, 11 marks total. The guy was just an animal today. Yeah, absolute animal.
He sure was. David Willers was not a good win, but a win is a win. Absolutely, mate. Shazza, hello, Dales. What a great win. Yeah, 2 out of 2. Hopefully tomorrow the Northern Blues will get up. I'll be at the game tomorrow. Really looking forward to watching the Twos tomorrow. Who else we got here? Isaac, hello, mate. Great win. 99 points scored. Great spread of goal kickers. We were never going to win by 10-plus goals. No Charlie, no McGovern, no Cunners, plus no Doherty yet. Good point, mate. Really good. And that's it. I think the emotion of the game, where we really want to win by a lot during the game, it's sort of, I know we all want to win by more, but let's think about it. I mean, on a high level, just go back 12 months ago and just think about how we just weren't even in the contest. Round 18, we've got nothing to play for. It just feels like these boys are playing for something, and they are. Let's think about it. We've got a future first-round pick that we're trading away. We've got a lot of guys that played tonight that were out today. Sorry, that are out of contract. Your Darcy Langs, your Matt Kennedys, your Nick Newmans. There's quite a few of them there, and there is definitely something to play for them. So, yeah, good call, Isaac. Wildy, good to meet you, mate. Really good to meet you today. Good to put a face to the name. Good step forward today in dealing with the favourite tag. The Gold Coast was smashed by the media during the week, and this game in the past we would have dropped. Bank it and onto the imposters next week. I love that. The imposters.
I think Wildy's got a great point as well. Carlton have had, how many times have we played Gold Coast in the last 2 years where we've been favourites and completely pissed it up? So I thought it was a mature performance. Like, it wasn't 200.
Sorry, I'm just laughing, mate. I love it. The pissed it up. The pom in you. It's just don't ever change, mate. It's fantastic.
No, but we always do. Like, the round, what was it, 2 last year when we nearly beat Richmond and then played them at the G and got absolutely thumped. Yeah, like, that was the worst feeling I've ever had in football, going to watch that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Julian Rose, I love SPS on a halfback flank. Me too, mate. Really, really enjoyed that. I'm going to add a little flavour.
You know who we haven't heard from today as well? Lockie O'Brien. I enjoyed Lockie's game.
we will get to Kano, mate, you there?
Sounds like he's entertaining some girl.
Kano, what's going on, mate?
Yeah, I'm just waiting in the room.
Okay, mate, I'll let you set up. Just make sure that camera's just above your face, all right?
Yeah.
Isaac, 4 points is the main thing, absolutely. Blake O'Halloran, hello, mate. The boys who didn't play their best last week pick up their game this week and put in the likes of SPS, Lang, Harry, O'Brien and co, even Simo. No one played shit. Another thing as well. Cripps is obviously, he was carrying something, obviously, not 100%. And we played real well. I mean, obviously, we did let them into the game, but we played really well. We had an even spread. And if you look at the stats and if you look at Supercoach scores, the big names are kind of towards the bottom. And to have Lang and Kennedy and Setterfield maybe not so much, but O'Brien, win plenty of the ball was just really pleasing.
Yeah. I don't think, from seeing Cripps the last couple of games, I don't think he's right. I think we've done a Carlton and rushed him back. I'd really like us just to keep him on ice a bit.
Would you like to have the conversation with Paddy Cripps and say, hey, mate, you can't play?
Well, I mean, I'm scared of no man, but Cripps is close.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I saw him limping in that. I think it was the fourth quarter, really heavily, and my immediate reaction was get him off, and don't put him back on the field. I mean, yes, I know we've got out of contract players and we've got a future first round pick to worry and all of that, but do not injure this guy. Do not, don't put him at risk. He's far too valuable for us to be. And I understand he's an animal, and he came back on. Had a look at whatever he was doing. He came back on and he kicked a goal as well. I mean, yeah, he's a special breed. He's got that old school mentality of just being mentally strong through anything, and it kind of could be a bit of a detriment to him.
It's just a worry, isn't it? Like, you look at Fife. It took Fife after his leg break when Freo used to make him carry that side. It took him 2 years to ever recapture the form. He's a total different player now as well, not Fife to 2015. So it's one thing that worries me. I don't want to burn Cripper out.
Yeah, that's true.
We're winning every game by 100.
Kano, mate, what did you think of the game? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, yeah, it was a great game to watch. A big positive though was the fact that Kenny had a breakout game up forward.
Absolutely, 4 goals, mate. Happy days.
Yeah.
We've all been, and that's the thing. I think we probably shoeboxed him a little bit. We probably said, "He's here. Here is Matt Kennedy. Here is the guy that's going to be the Cripps Robin, the guy that helps him in the middle." And we probably didn't take a look at, well, what else can he do? This guy's a pretty decent forward.
Yeah.
Zane, you thought Lang showed some good signs. I hope he kicks on now. Could be an 8 disposal, 3 goal player, much like the Will Hoskin Elliott type. Good call, mate. Isaac, yeah. There's quite a few here. I want to try and get through these. Blake DeLuca was solid, I thought. Absolutely. Jeffrey O'Day, the journey from an ordinary side to a good side has clearly begun. It's not always going to be pretty, but it's building. Great call, mate. Isaac, you hope Cricks is okay for next week. Yeah, massive game. Chris Broberg, welcome to you. Good evening. Do you reckon we can beat Adelaide, the Crows, and next week West Coast and Richmond Tigers after that, St Kilda? We can win all of them. Absolutely we can. Yeah. Absolutely we can. I think the big one for me is next week. Now, whatever happens after that, I mean, St Kilda's probably one as well, but in terms of the Geelong, West Coast, Richmond games, we're talking about teams that are in the top 4. I'll tell you what, they wouldn't want to come with an attitude of a percentage boost for them, because if they don't come with the right attitude, we will scare some of these teams. What do you think, Dan?
Oh, I mean, we got accused of being too blue-eyed Carlton fans this week. So when you look at the fixtures ahead, if I take off my blue glasses, I think we'll win them all. I really do. Like, let's get on the train. Let's just take that lid off. I reckon we'll smash Adelaide.
It's all set up, mate. It's all set up.
I'm sick of this. Let's not be sensible anymore. Let's go crazy.
No, not at all. Rafi, hello, mate. So Rafi, you were the winner of the game day competition today. Congratulations to you. You picked us by 4 goals. So well done to you, Rafi. You loved Kennedy. Great game. After this live, Rafi, send me a message. I will get you your $20 coupon immediately. So well done to you. Shout out to you, mate.
But you've got to buy a DeLuca shirt with it.
What's that?
You've got to buy a DeLuca shirt with it.
Yeah, that's the catch. I forgot to tell you that, Rafi. You've got to get a DeLuca shirt. Simon Martin, what happened to Cripps? I have no idea. I was at the game. I didn't have a radio in my ear. Dan, what happened to Cripps?
He was having a lot of work done on his ankle. So I suspect if you went on the replay, it looked like he got tapped on the ankle as he was running. So I personally don't think he'll be out next week. I think he'll be fine. Things like that don't worry him.
Okay. Fingers crossed. Chichio, I hope I'm saying that right. Chichio Branco thought that it was good. We haven't relied on Cripps for the 2nd week in a row. Amazing call. Amazing call. That is spot on. That's the key. If you look at the games that we did win this year, Cripps had to put in these Herculean efforts, these 37 possession, 20 contested possession, 11 clearance, 11 tackle, 2-goal type games. But the last few weeks, it's been really pleasing to have an all-rounder performance. It makes us a lot less predictable. I also saw just flashes of Fisher and Samo just picking up the slack, playing a little bit more of a mature game. I know that they're not dominating games yet, but they're growing. We're going to be a very, very good team for a very long time. I think the sustained success model that we've gone with is going to start showing face soon, and I'm excited.
Oh, it's getting to the stage, isn't it, now, where you're like, Charlie Cripps who?
Jonathan, mate. I thought he looked a little bit like a good twos player, but maybe that's harsh. I'll give him time. Yeah, I mean, give him a block. Give him 2 to 3 weeks in the side and see what happens. Go from there.
I think John's a future Brownlow medalist. You're talking about
that. I think, Dan, you might need to sponsor Josh DeLuca next year, mate.
Oh, tell you what, when we sign him up to a 5-year deal, tell you what, he can be TPI's personal player.
I love it. I love it. Josh DeLuca has some mongrel about him. Got to love it. Absolutely. Dane Rawlings, Adelaide, we are a real show, I reckon. West Coast and Richmond will be a tough game. And we owe St Kilda for earlier in the year. Absolutely, we do. Blake,
Dane, the only man in the world to be top fan of every Facebook page in the history of Facebook. That guy has no life.
Speaking of, Zano's just called him out there. Zane Aegis, mate. Good call. Good call. Jeffrey O'Day with a big one here. I think the conversation directed at the board, CEO, Juddy, etc. now should start evolving from, is Teague the right person, to we should thank Teague. He saved our bacon for next year. Had he not won the last few games, improved our game style, tactics and competitiveness, how would we attract quality players to the club? Would our membership keep growing if we can't sell hope? Will we be able to hang on to Cripps, Walsh, Harry, Kerner if we hadn't won any more games this year? What would have been the fallout had we won the spoon, i.e. Stocker trade? There was so much more at stake had Teague not pulled us out of the shit. I'm hopeful we can win another 2 or 3. Even if we don't, I know we'll be competitive. The Lions won 5 last year, picked up some good established recruits, and now are challenging for the 4. Does any Blue supporter think right now we could not do that next year? Would we be saying the same thing had Teague not pulled us out of the shit? I'm not really. I mean, right there it is. Right there, it's a great call. It's a great call, and it's probably something we haven't really looked at through that lens because the season's still going, and we're just worried about the moment right now. But yeah, great call, Jeffrey. As always, your input is always fantastic, and
I do love
and it's true. I mean, I've been talking up Michael Voss for the last few weeks. I just like the guy. I think he's, I just respect him as a footballer. But Tiki just continues to tick these boxes along the way. Why not? Why not?
I think Jeff's right as well. We were in the shit 6 weeks ago, weren't we? I mean,
We were,
honest. Like I used to do these videos with you, and I proper used to lie about being positive. Like I was on the proverbial bridge looking over, thinking about jumping, and I had to talk TBI stats with you guys. You know what I mean? He's totally right. Totally right. We have everything to thank Teague because we're having a laugh here. You're drinking wine. I've got a good cup of tea.
Oh, mate.
And a girl under his bed.
Cheers to you. Kano, welcome back, mate. What do you think about David Teague?
Yes, I think after this week he's I think he's definitely made a case for the coach for next year.
Good, mate. Good stuff. Joseph Politini, hello to you, mate. Take out the 10-minute lapses we have when we play poorly. We're a good side. Our biggest issue is that we allow teams to score goals in quick succession. Take that out and we're golden. One thing I noticed today, and it's a good call, one thing I noticed today is the game style we do play, you can score against us pretty quickly if we turn the ball over at the wrong time. There were a few moments in that third quarter, and it just sort of happened, even just from umpiring decisions, which resulted in an advantage call. If we get caught out at that wrong moment, because we play such a, and again, this is just for the naked eye. I would need some stats to back this up, but it just seems like where we are playing with the ball, where we are positioning ourselves, if we do happen to turn the ball over, you can get us through the corridor pretty quickly, and then you're sort of left one-on-one. So it's a good call. And again, we don't deserve to just be winning by 10 goals. It doesn't happen like that. It's a process. So I'm kind of happy we didn't win by 10 goals. It goes into our mindset for preparing for next week. Yes, we're happy with the win, but there are some things to improve on, and that's important when you come up against a team like Adelaide next year. Had we won by 10 goals, Adelaide's obviously had a bad loss. Oh, the confidence is really there. And now, don't get me wrong, the confidence is here. We're winning next week. But I just think it's going to be better for our mindset and our preparation going into this week that we didn't win by 11 or 12 goals.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Jonathan, Lang deserves a mention. He gave him a rap, but best game for us, I reckon. Yeah, kudos to him. And we spoke about it earlier in the live as well. I thought he was pretty solid today. Christopher Broberg, Dane Rawlings, as all the rest of games are in Melbourne, I've got a feeling we can beat all of those teams I've mentioned. Yes, absolutely. Isaac, my man Murphy was great again. Our man Murphy, my man. He's our man. I love Mark Murphy. He probably quietened down a little bit in that fourth quarter. He ended the game with, I think it was 21 touches. But, yeah, sort of early in the game, once we built that lead, he's creative. He was good. Kato, what do you think of Murph?
Yes, I'm just checking his numbers now. Yeah, it was 22 disposals he did have in the end.
How did you feel he played, mate? What was your reaction to Murph?
Yes, he played great actually. I think and that passage of play when I can't remember what quarter it was, but when he weaved and ducked through them few Gold Coast players, and he gave the ball off to, I think it was Kennedy. Kennedy got that goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Dane, good sides win games when they're off. We were smashed in clearances, contested possessions and tackles, and we still won by 24 points. Sign of maturity to win those circumstances. You know it, mate. Sean Costello, loving the POM vernacular.
Big word. I like it.
Rafi, we're starting to be competitive. I reckon 6 wins for the season, maybe 7 if there's a surprise in there. 7 upswing in wins surely shows that we're on the right path. Absolutely. Craig Smith, Kennedy played up forward. Josh, when had the ball used well. Pom's got Josh. I like. Okay.
Humor. It's one of my humor.
Got it. Yeah.
That's my wife.
Nice save. Blake reckons the setter started well. He's going to drift off a bit. Yeah, I thought I think he played a bit more on the wing, and he just found himself out of the game. Dan, what do you think of Setterfield tonight?
Well, Setterfield had his best differential between TPI, so that was actually technically his best game for Carlton. I thought he was phenomenal.
Interesting.
Really
Matty
well.
DeLuca, hello, mate. friend of the channel, very good friend of the channel. 2019 Stocker Cup next week. Wouldn't that be a story? Liam Stocker back in the side next week to, I don't know, maybe put a bump on Tex Walker, that really solid leader of the Adelaide Football Club. Having a bit of a laugh here.
It'd be good, wouldn't it, if Stocker played and kicked the winner?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Hayden Wall, hello, mate. When's Charlie back? I think he'll be trying to get back for next week, but I feel like he won't be cleared until the week after. And I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think Charlie will play again this year, or do you think we'll just wrap him up?
I think he'll play. If he's right, he'll play. He's like Cripps. I don't think he'd go for that. Let's have a cup of tea and sit down.
Yeah, fair enough. Kano, do you think Charlie will play again?
Yeah, I think he definitely will. We could possibly bring him back in the twos next week and then go from there.
Yep, nice. By the way, guys, if you're here and you're watching, can you please put your votes in similar to last week? Your 3 votes, your 2 votes, and your 1 vote. I'll look at them. I'll get a bit of a tally together, and I'll post the common votes and see what we all thought. Kano, we'll start with you, Matt. Do you have any? Have you got enough to give 3?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll start my 1 vote. My 1 vote will probably go to Murph. Of the way he played. 2 votes would go to Jones, because I like the way he attacked the ball today. Back off. And then 3 votes, Ed Curnow. It was a great game he played today in the midfield. He had
he's been a beast for us, mate. Dan, what about you, mate?
For me, 3 votes, Ed Curnow. 2, Mr. Jones. And 1, playing in a more unfamiliar role on halfback. Everyone thinks I'm going to say DeLuca. I'm not. Sam Petrovsky-Seaton.
Good call. Yeah. Well, what was his stats for the night? Kano, do you reckon you can get that up for me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Always.
Blake, do we think Gibbons will get another contract? I think he's played his role, but he could go that next step as a permanent mid. Yeah, I mean, I think he's got something to offer. He's got at least 8-9 years to offer if he continues on. So, yeah, there's something to work with there. I think he'll get a contract for sure.
Yeah.
Chris Beach, Adelaide Crows next week's probably an 8-point game considering the trade. Absolutely. Tony, hello, mate. O'Brien is one player who will impress and make a huge impact next season if he continues like this. Dan, mate, that jersey came in just in time.
Oh, mate, he's killing it, his old Lockster. I love it.
Yeah, he's really played well. He's played with confidence. He still has a moment every week where he kicks it out in the full. I don't like he has at least won a game, and I mean, probably just experience, whatever it is, but he'll come better for that. But I thought he was really solid today. He's playing with a lot more confidence, and they're actually looking for him as well. I think he's developing a bit of a synergy with the other players, and they're trusting him with the ball in hand. So it's good to see. Blake O'Halloran, Crows a bunch of flogs. I live in South Australia, and their saltiest supporters out. Absolutely. Wildy, Kennedy's new nickname, The Difference. Love it, mate. Julian Rose, gone are days of no Cripps, no Carlton. Good call. Good call. Stephen Reitman, hello, mate. Great win tonight. They took the boot off and restrapped the ankle in a different way. That must have been about Cripps. Matty Young, is Charlie back next week? I don't know. I hope so. I doubt it, though, if I had to, give a guess. Joseph Politani, I like how we transition when we move quickly. However, we play around too much once inside 50. Also, we seem to allow teams to score 3 and 4 goals in quick succession. Yeah, it's a good call. It's a maturity thing. It's definitely a maturity thing for me. Dan, are you seeing anything about that? Is that a fair call? Is it just maturity, or is there something else to it?
I think if we go back to the Teague video that we did, one thing I talked about is high risk, high reward. So the offset of that is when that goes wrong, it comes back in droves. And I do think sometimes we are very transitionally slow to set when we turn the ball over. It does seem to take an age to get back. And that's the one thing that concerns me. I do also think game management's an issue. We do somehow go through the stage of just over handballing, and it's like almost a game of hot potato. So I'd say that's a bit of it as well. Maturity is exactly it. I think as they get older, they'll get better at that.
Yeah, for sure. Eddie Dumaresque, I hope I've said that right. Loving how excited you boys are. Jones, 3 votes. LOB, growing. Cruz, love. Newman, the new Simo, and umpires a wanker. There was a moment there. There was a moment there where the cheer squad, and well done to our cheer squad. The umpires just had a shocking 10-minute patch, and the chant "umpires a wanker" came out, and they all went for it. And it was quite funny because of these, obviously a bit of a crackdown on fan behaviour and all that. It's just interesting to hear the commentary from the crowd about whether they're going to be kicked out or not. Yeah, Tony, even if we win one more game to the end of the season, Teague has done a brilliant job. Yep, he certainly has. Blake, the wins we are accumulating would look good to players for a new home next season. We will be a destination club. We are a destination club. Fantastic call. Drayton, Tony, sorry, Terry, but no way to Voss. Teague for me. He's heaps better. Fair enough, mate.
He's already been counted out anyway today.
Yeah, he's a good call, mate. Can't argue against Teague right now. Drew Bakes, hello, mate. Just wondering, guys, is Josh DeLuca related to Adrian? No, he's not.
No, unfortunately not.
Matt DeLuca's answered that there. Yeah. Blake, full credit to Bolts, who taught the players. Teague coaches them 2 different things. Yeah, fair play. Good call, Blake. Showing a bit of respect to Bolton. Yes, he needed to go, and yes, it's a bit sad, and he's a great guy, but it doesn't take away the work that he did do with the guys beforehand. Kano, what do you think about that? Do you still give Bolton some credit?
Yes and no. I'd mostly give if I had to choose anyone to give the credit to, I would give the credit to Stephen Silvani, just because of the way he's built our list from scratch, and all these young kids starting to shine now. It's just a pleasure to watch.
Yep. Yeah, they are somehow related, the 2 DeLucas. No, that's not right. Peter Vlahos, mate. So I'm standing there, starting to get the camera set up, and I had a few mates that I was going to interview, Mark and Stephen, and out of nowhere, Peter Vlahos just rocks up. Mr. Anonymous himself just rocks up and says, "Hey, mate," I knew exactly who he was right away. It was just really cool. Peter, so good to hang out with you after the game today, mate. Really good to catch up. Great interview as well. Pies smashed as well by GWS, just saying better time to be a Blues fan. It's great. If only Essendon had a loss last night. Isaac, sorry, Terry, our man Murphy, lol. 22 touches, 1 goal. I remember he got knocked heavy a couple of times by the opposition deliberately. Yeah, he did. He certainly did. Sean Costello, question for all. Are coaches overrated? How much will it actually matter who is our coach? Oh, good question. It's a good discussion starter. I'll let you start, Dan.
I think that maybe they're the 50%. I'd say you look at they motivate you. If anyone's ever played elite level sport, you'll know that different coaches motivate you in different ways, and a good coach can get that 10% out of you that's needed to win. And I think for me, I think that goes in football. If you look at football, you look at soccer, traditionally the same coach, when he moves clubs, brings success. There is a lot in it. Maybe not as much as the media make out, but there is a huge part of it. I do think it's a big thing.
Kano, what about you, mate?
Yeah, I agree with Dan, actually. Yeah, I reckon coaches they are really like a 50-50, really. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I agree as well. I think coaches are important just for the man. The reality is you've got and again, I haven't been a coach, but if I'm trying to empathize with what a coach is, and especially when you're talking about a list of 44, 45, we're talking about man management. We're talking about someone that needs to be an effective communicator. We have if you look at Carlton on its own, we've got a spectrum, your oldest player, your youngest player. Every single one of those players responds to communication in such a different way. The best coach for me, I would have thought, is the person who's able to speak the 45 different languages. I mean, obviously we're all talking English, but there's a different way to communicate with everyone, understanding when to push a button, understanding when not to. I look at my experience with Port Adelaide, and I remember something happened a few years ago. They were playing terribly, and they got a bake. And talking to some of the staff, and I'm just sort of asking them, how do these guys go with that kind of criticism, that kind of upfront feedback? And the thing is, the coaches know which players can handle the heat and which players can be called out. So you might not be able to say, Paddy Dow, that was a fucking weak effort over there. You probably can't say that. You might not be able to say that to him, but you probably could say it to Cripps, because Cripps will respond, and he'll get up and about for that. So I think, yes, the coach is very important, but most importantly, I think because we've got such a younger list, the coach who can speak the young language and the coach that can get them ticking is the one that we need. Now, that's where Teague is really strong, because we're around 18, we're not playing finals, and we're playing the way that we're playing. So that's got to have some merit to it there. So good question, Sean. Really happy you asked that. What about you? Put your thoughts on that in the comments there. Isaac, Dan, this one's for you. What was your thoughts on Murphy? By the way, guys, before you answer that, Dan, this is not the Terry, Dan, and Kano show. So if you would like to come on, there is the link right there. Dan, what do you think of Murphy?
Oh, I thought he did what Murphy does best. I think this is just like his run-of-the-mill game, isn't it? And that goal, he took it well. There were some moments as well where the sidestep comes out. I thought that was just using his experience, how he won the free kick for the goal. It was clever. He did duck. He turned into the contact. It was clever. It was smart football. Being a Pom, I love a dive. I love it.
Absolutely. Tony, Charlie should play the remaining 2 or 3 games. Peter Vlahos, got a few votes here. Ed Curnow, 3. Jones, 2. Harry, 1. Wildy, 3. Ed Curnow, 2. Kennedy, 1. Jones. Jeffrey, I think Charlie will play. He will want to play. Team will want him to play. And damn sure the board will want him to play. Great call.
Yeah.
Dane, 3 to Ed, 2 to Jones, 1 to H. Mentions to Bam Bam, 4 goals, SPS, Silky at half-back, and not mentioned but much online tonight. Walsh had 27, becoming Mr. Reliable. Mate, the game that he has an off game, where he has his 13 touches, will be the end of the world. This guy just keeps going. Kano, what do you think of Sam Walsh?
Yeah, he's just playing. He's just so much playing like he's playing for. Yeah. He's just been playing like he's been playing for 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeffrey, 3 to Ed, 2 to Jones, 1 to SPS. Rafi's votes are in. Good mates. Chris Beach, 3 votes to Matt Kennedy, 2 to Darcy Lang, and 1 Liam Jones. If you had told me 12 months ago that there'd be a game where Kennedy's got 3 votes, Darcy Lang has 2, and Liam Jones has 1, and that's a pretty good ranking. I mean, you can argue, but they're up there for votes. I would have been telling you were mad and to get out of here. So that's a big statement there. But
three votes are as if you'd asked Carlton fans last year if you had to vote in order of who you'd delist, who would it be?
Yeah, fair point. Matty DeLuca, 3 to Ed, 2 to Kennedy, 1 to Jones. Good call, mate.
I can see that.
Good shout. Jeffrey O'Day, did you see Simo's interview after the match? He gave a full and passionate endorsement to Teague. I did not. I have not seen. I've not seen any of that. So I've only just watched Teague. So I'll get to that.
That's actually a good comment as well, back on the coaches with Jeff's there. That what's the difference of a coach? The players 7 weeks ago were talking about Bolton the same way they talk about Teague. And look at the difference in game style. They love Bolton, they love Teague. So there's a huge difference you can see just on the field.
Yep, so true. So true. Drew, you watched the game on the tally. The umpires were shit, but Murph was maybe best on ground. Simo will get another year if he plays like he did today, but you always have years like he has this year. Yeah, and it's an interesting one. Dan and I did a video this week on Simo and Daisy, and there's so many variables with Simo in the fact of he could say, I'm done, guys. My body's not up to it. I'm not feeling good. It could be a matter of a different role that he's playing, because if you think about it, Nick Newman is really playing, I guess, the role that maybe Simo was last year. Simo might be playing a different role. Then there's also, well, when Doherty comes back, everyone's going to be playing a lot better because he's the general and the pressure goes off Simo. So I don't really know, but the main thing I do know about Simo and my feeling towards his situation is I'm just happy. If I'm at Carlton, if I'm president, if I'm CEO, if I'm on the footy director, I'm telling him, Cade, I trust you. You're a Carlton legend. I trust you to make the right decision for the club. If you genuinely feel like you can impact next year, I'll back you in. If you don't feel like you can impact next year, then no worries. We love you. We'd love you to bring you on as a coach. That's how I feel like it's going to play out, and that's what I would do. What about you, Kano?
Yeah, I would actually do the same. Yeah.
Nice. Dan?
I think Simo's he puts in, when he plays like that, you think Simo can play forever. So I just think the game is getting a bit quicker now, and we are seeing little chinks in the armour. He didn't come against the greatest opposition today, but full credit to Simo. It was a wonderful game.
Yep, for sure. All right, before we wrap it up, so Dan, are we going to get have you got a TPI video in store for us? How are we going to do this? I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, we've got a TPI review. We're going to do it a bit differently this week because we've actually also got the shifts. I'm going to let you in on the where they're predicted to finish today and what they actually finished up on. So you'll get to see a shift, and that'll change your perspective as well of just how well some players played. Like I say, Setterfield was the most successful shifter. So he had a really good game. He was 10.6 above where he usually finishes. So his average for the year. So that's a big swing for him.
Okay. And that'll be out tomorrow?
Yeah, it will be, yeah.
Put the pressure on you, mate. Just making you commit to something there. I love it. Yeah, thanks for joining, everyone. Great scenes here. We love the footy. You know, we've always loved the footy. We've always loved the Blues. But days like today, you know, we've missed them. We've missed just waking up and just, you know, going to the footy and just thinking you're going to win and actually winning and having a good day out. So stay tuned. There's more of this to come. Plenty of content to come out throughout the next week. Thank you all very much for your support. The amount of people I met today, it was quite humbling, to be honest, just to meet people who watched the show and wanted to say good day and that. So that's really cool. Appreciate your feedback. We're hoping that you're enjoying all the content. And if there's anyone out there that wants to actually contribute, post videos, written pieces, this is for you. This is the platform for us. You see my face a lot. You see Dan's face a lot. It doesn't mean that it's our exclusive channel. If anybody wants to contribute, you're more than welcome, because that's what we're trying to build here. Trying to improve the way that we support. We're trying to build a bit of a family here, and you're all a big part of it. So have a good night. Go the Blue Boys, and stay tuned.